I'm excited because I just watched a video of Aliyah Boston in the gym, working one-on-one with the new player development coach, Keith Porter. It's the off-season, and to WNBA stars, both known for their inside presence, are hitting the gym. One is focusing on perfecting her post moves and mid-range game, while the other is shooting threes like she's Steph Curry. But this isn't fiction, this is the real story of Aliyah Boston and Angel Reese's contrasting approaches to improving their games. In this video, we dive deep into the tale of two bigs. One is laser focused on dominating the paint, while the other is chasing internet fame. There's footage of Angel working on her game, as they say, in the gym, but most of what we see is her shooting three-pointers. Let's break down how these choices might impact their careers, why fans are going wild over Boston's dedication, and why even Reese's own supporters are criticizing her latest move. Are you ready? Let's go! Imagine Aliyah Boston, sweat dripping, laser focused on perfecting her footwork in the paint. What's got the basketball world buzzing? Boston's off-season workout video just dropped, and it's sending shockwaves through WNBA circles. Fans are on the edge of their seats, eager to see what Boston's got planned to make sure she's in top form when the season starts. But this isn't just another highlight reel, it's serious, gritty work that's got everyone talking. Let's break it down. Boston isn't just going through the motions. She's pushing herself to the limit, working on left-hand finishes, and powering through contact. This is the kind of training that separates the good from the great. The Indiana Fever, they're all in on Boston's development. What's up, Fever family? It's Coach Keith Porter. Today, I've got Aliyah Boston in the gym. We've been working on footwork, getting up and down the floor, and just striving to be better, says Porter in the video. Get this, the Fever flew Coach Keith Porter all the way to Massachusetts just to work with Boston. That's not just commitment, that's a team that knows they have something special on their hands. Porter's not holding back either. He's talking about Boston like she could be the next big thing in women's basketball. This intense, focused approach to improvement could mean big things for Boston's future. The kind of work she's putting in is exactly what top players need to stay at the top of their game. Fans and analysts are already predicting that she could have a standout season, if not an MVP caliber one, thanks to the effort she's putting into developing her skills during the offseason. We're working on getting better every day, says Coach Porter. But don't let that humble statement fool you. Porter truly believes Aliyah Boston has the potential to become one of the greatest women athletes ever. Those are some big words, but after seeing this workout, they might not be so far off. During the session, Porter is guiding Boston through intense drills, focusing on footwork, post moves, and her shooting technique. With every rep, Boston's game seems to evolve. 5 each, hands so be here, hit you in the pocket. I want you off to start off. Porter instructs. Take a second, more less jumper, more floater. More like this ... Yep. Wow, that was really good. Every move Boston makes is focused and precise, showing just how committed she is to improvement. Let's talk numbers for a moment. In her 2 seasons with the Fever, Boston has already been impressive, shooting 55.2% from the field. But she's not stopping there. This off-season grind is all about elevating her game to the next level. The drills she's doing are focused on mid-range jumpers, post moves, and footwork through various game scenarios. It's a masterclass in versatility, showing how Boston is developing into a more complete player. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Boston's mid-range game is smoother than ever. Why does this matter? Well, think about how this will complement Caitlin Clark's style of play. Clark is known for her ability to break down defenses and penetrate into the paint. Now imagine Boston with her improved mid-range game, ready to capitalize on every opening Clark creates. Together, they could form a one-two punch that leaves defenses scrambling all season long. When Caitlin Clark saw Boston's video drop, she was quick to comment, "Got me fired up." When your star teammate gets excited like that, you know you're doing something right. Boston's grind isn't just about personal improvement, it's part of a larger story about a team with a vision, a coaching staff that's willing to go the extra mile literally, and a young star who's committed to pushing herself to new heights. As we watch Boston power through rep after rep, It's clear, we're witnessing the transformation of a player who isn't just content with being good, she's aiming for greatness. This off-season isn't just about sharpening skills. It's about reshaping her entire game to become an unstoppable force on the court. Every move she makes, every decision, and every ounce of sweat is a step toward being one of the best to ever do it. The combination of Aliyah Boston's natural talent, work ethic, and the Fever's investment in her development, that's a recipe for something truly special. Boston's brilliant moves in her viral workout video are just the opening act. There's much more to unpack, more comparisons to make, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. It's clear that Aliyah Boston is ready to ball, and when I see footage like this, I feel really confident about her future. It sets the stage for wonderful things ahead. While Boston has been grinding in the gym, another WNBA star has dropped a workout video making waves, but for all the wrong reasons. Picture this: a player who struggles with layups suddenly decides she's the next Steph Curry. Intrigued? You should be. The contrast couldn't be more stark. And the internet's reaction? Absolutely brutal. Fans are questioning why they haven't seen proof that this player has been putting in the necessary work to hone her skills after what can only be described as one of the worst shooting seasons in basketball history. Let's talk about Angel Reese, the 6'3" inches forward who should be dominating the paint. So what's she working on in her latest video? 3-pointers, yes, you heard that right. The internet is going wild, but not in a good way. Fans are scratching their heads, wondering if Reese has forgotten that she's supposed to be a post player. But here's where it gets really interesting. Did you notice how Reese's video always uses quick cuts? We never see consecutive baskets. It's like watching a highlight reel without the highlights. You've got to wonder, how long did it take to film this thing? A couple of hours, half a day? It's anyone's guess. Now let's break down some numbers. Last season, Reese shot 40.5% from less than 5 feet. That's rough for a big player. To put it into perspective, that's like missing more than half your layups. And get this, almost 40% of her rebounds were her own missed shots. With stats like these, is this really the time for Reese to channel her inner Steph Curry? But wait, there's more. Where's the Chicago Sky coaching staff in all of this? Fans aren't holding back either. They're roasting Reese online, and some of these comments are brutal. One tweet reads, "Reese needs to work on layups, not logos, ouch." Fans are really starting to question whether Reese's priorities are in the right place, especially when it's clear that her skills in the paint need serious attention. But can you really blame them? When your inside game needs work, launching threes isn't exactly the best solution. So what's going on here? Is Reese trying to expand her game, or is this just a misguided attempt at grabbing headlines? Either way, it's clear her approach is worlds apart from Boston's laser-focused grind. While one player is working on dominating her position, the other seems more focused on chasing social media likes. I'm still trying to figure out why Reese is putting so much time into developing an outside shot when she primarily works under the basket. Think about it: if you get a rebound, are you really going to run out and shoot a three? Even when perimeter players are standing around waiting for you to pass them the ball so they can shoot wide open shots. It's a strange choice, and it could potentially lead to a horrible season for the Chicago Sky if things don't change. One thing's crystal clear: not all off-season training is created equal. Boston is putting in the work where it counts, focusing on the fundamentals that will make her an elite player. Meanwhile, Reese might want to reconsider her strategy. But don't worry, this tale of two bigs is far from over. Stick around, because we're about to dive even deeper into their basketball strategy. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we're not done yet. Now, back to the action. I truly believe Aliyah Boston is going to come in ready this season. Last year, she was out of shape, and many people didn't know what to expect. They weren't prepared for Caitlin Clark's passes, and they weren't prepared to run the floor at the pace needed. The more this team can get out on the break and run instead of grinding it out in the paint, the better they'll be. Speaking of shooting, think you know what good form looks like? Prepare to have your assumptions challenged. We're about to dive into a tale of two shooting techniques that's so stark, It's like comparing apples to, well, something that's definitely not an apple. Trust me, once you see this, you'll never look at a jump shot the same way again. Let's start with Aliyah Boston. Her shooting form? It's like watching a masterclass in shooting mechanics. High release point, perfect alignment, this is textbook stuff. When Boston squares up for a shot, her arms form a beautiful right angle, with the ball resting high above her head. It's not just pretty to look at, it's functional. That high release gives her a better chance to get the shot off over defenders, and it's something that every aspiring player take notes on. Boston's shooting form is tough for defenders to block, and the alignment is key to consistent success. When you look at her, it's clear she's mastered the fundamentals. Here's the thing, she's fed the ball in the right corner, and you can see that her technique is on point. If you're trying to expand your game, sure, work on new areas, but make sure your technique is solid first. I hope that whoever works with Angel Reese focuses on this aspect, because no matter how many shots you take without a defender, if your form isn't right, you won't consistently knock down shots. You might get a lucky one here or there, but it won't be enough to build a reliable game. Now brace yourself for the contrast. Angel Reese's form is, well, let's just say unique. The ball is low almost at chest level and her wrists crossed during the release. In basketball terms, that's a huge red flag. It's like trying to drive a car with the steering wheel upside down. Sure, you might get to your destination, but it won't be a smooth ride. When you shoot like this, your wrists are crossed, which is completely off. Your body should be perfectly aligned with your target, not twisting in different directions. This means her shooting hand, her left, is crossing over her elbow, which causes her shot to go off course. It's a significant flaw, and without fixing that, she struggled to maintain consistency. But here's where it gets really interesting. While Reese is still trying to figure out her shot, Aliyah Boston isn't just focusing on jumpers. She's putting in the work where it counts for a big post moves, mid-range game, the whole package. This is basketball 101 for centers, and Boston is acing the course. Her workouts are like a symphony of footwork, power moves, and finesse. She's building a complete skill set, all designed to dominate the paint. Meanwhile, Reese? Well, she's attempting a step-back three-pointer in a real game situation. And let me tell you, if you're struggling with accuracy near the basket, taking a deep three is just asking for trouble. Not only is it a missed opportunity, but it's a potential turnover waiting to happen. For a player who struggles with finishing inside, this shift in focus seems like a step backward, not forward. Let me show you what I mean. Look at where Reese's ball is. Watch how far out she's showing the defense. It's like she's just handing the ball over. In basketball, we call that cookies, as in, the defense has an easy chance to steal it. Cookies for days. When you put the ball out there like that, defenders are ready to pounce. And that's exactly what happens in this scenario. The difference couldn't be clearer. One player, Aliyah Boston, is laser focused on honing her craft, building on her strengths and addressing her weaknesses. The other, Angel Reese, seems more concerned with chasing social media likes than real on-court improvement. But here's the million-dollar question. What does all of this mean for their futures in the league? Will Boston's dedication translate to dominance on the court? And can Reese course correct before it's too late? The answers to these questions could reshape the landscape of the WNBA for years to come. And it leaves you scratching your head. Is Angel Reese trying to be an influencer? Or is she trying to be a basketball player? Remember when we talked about reshaping the WNBA landscape? Well, imagine a world where that philosophy plays out over an entire season. By 2025, we won't just be talking about individual success. We'll be seeing the ripple effect across entire franchises. And trust me, the contrast between these two players could be as stark as night and day. Let's fast forward to the 2025 season. The Indiana Fever are on fire. And guess who's leading the charge? Aliyah Boston. Her hard work has paid off big time. Caitlin Clark drives to the rim, drawing to defenders, then kicks out to an open Boston. Her improved mid-range game has opened up the floor, creating a dynamic duo that's giving defenders nightmares. Boston's efficiency is through the roof. She's not just scoring, she's dominating on both ends of the court. In a game where she's getting chances in the paint, Boston is capitalizing every time. On the other hand, in Chicago, it's a different story. Angel Reese is struggling to find her footing. That three-point experiment, well, it didn't pan out the way she hoped. Her shooting percentages are down, and she's having a hard time making an impact in the paint, where she should be thriving. The Fever's strategy is crystal clear build around Boston, Clark, Mitchell, and Hull. They're creating a powerhouse that could dominate for years to come. Meanwhile, the Sky are scratching their heads, trying to figure out how to get Reese back on track. But it's more than just stats. Boston's work ethic is contagious. It doesn't just impact her game, it elevates her teammates as well. In contrast, Reese's approach is leaving questions in the air about her future and whether she can truly elevate her game or if she's chasing the wrong goals. The clock is ticking for both players, and the decisions they make in this offseason could shape their careers and the future of their teams. The whole Fever team is elevating their game, pushing each other in practice, and it's showing on the court. They're not just winning games, they're changing the culture of the franchise. After not being ready to start the previous season, now they know what it takes. They know they have to be in shape, and they want to be in shape because they believe the sky's the limit. As we wrap up this look into the future, one question remains: what's next for these two rising stars? Will Boston continue her ascent to WNBA royalty? Can Reese course correct and fulfill her potential? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure: the choices they're making right now are shaping their destinies in ways they might not even realize. Aliyah Boston's laser-focused training shows us the power of strategic improvement. She's not just working hard, she's working smart, honing the skills that will make her unstoppable on the court. Angel Reese's approach is a stark reminder that flashy videos don't win championships, hard work and smart training do. For all the young ballers out there dreaming of WNBA stardom, take note, your Instagram likes won't help you when you're facing down a tough defender in the fourth quarter. As the new season approaches, all eyes are on the players and what they do on the court. Who will rise to the occasion? Who will fall short? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure: the choices they're making right now will echo throughout their careers. The ball's in their court. Let's see what they do with it. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out.